It's a fact of life that we will all bump into people who we struggle to like. That's just reality. You talk, I think it's a wonderful passage, you talk about how astonishing it is, it's quite humorous, that Moses should develop an affection for the Israelites, given how terribly badly they treated him. I mean, I think most of us, when God says, well, I'm going to destroy Israel after the golden calf, you can imagine most of us would have said, yes, quite right too. Yes, get on with it. Why didn't you do it years ago? And yet he develops this wonderful love for the people, so much so that he says, destroy me if you will spare them. How do you think that applies to us in our present times?
I would say actually that one thing, it's a whole, I mean, it is related to reconciliation, but also it can be taken in a general way. That is the way we look at God's blessings. I mean, what I see here is Moses, because as I say, already God has given him an offer. Actually, I mean, in terms of blessing, he already has secured something even without the people. So, I mean, what I am actually amazed at what Moses is doing here is, he thinks that he can feel blessed only when the people with him are blessed, and he never sees his blessing as a detached thing from the people's blessing.
So if they're not blessed, I'm not blessed.
Yes.
That's very powerful. That's an extraordinary insight. That's very, very helpful. So there is that sense of recognizing our link to the other.
Exactly.
That means the absence of their blessing is the absence of mine.
Exactly. And another one, I will add that he also is concerned very much that God's name should not be despised.
Yeah, yes.
And I think that in our reconciliation context, and when conflicts occur, particularly when conflicts occur, I think that is again a powerful, I mean, what Moses does here has actually an implication. That is, I mean, I can link, I mean, I try to link what happens in Genesis 13 also. That is, if, I mean, Christians, I can now specifically talk about Christians, the conflicts among Christians are in which we Christians are involved. We can always, like Moses, we need to be worried about God's name, which is despised and not glorified in the conflicts. So that actually has a message, because or to put in other way, I mean, in different way, we can ask, where is God? Because when we seek blessings, we remember God. Like in Genesis 13, when Abram and Lot they part way, God is not there. I mean, and Abram, who seeks God's counsel again and again, suddenly God is not there. So I just asked a question, where is God? And I would say that maybe in the context of conflicts, what Moses does here is very important, because he prays to God that if you kill them, if you destroy them, I mean, your name also will be despised, because I mean, the Gentiles will just think that, you know, what kind of God who brought these
who
people.
Just plays games with
Yeah.
people.
So that thinking about God, the question, where is God when we are involved? I mean, we are involved in conflict, or there is a conflict because of us or what we did. I think Moses has something to tell us on that as well.